What's up, fellow lords of gaming? Welcome back to another episode of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's jump right in, because today we're going to be talking about SpecOps, and I feel like this is going to be one of the more controversially divided topics in terms of game modes overall, and I'll explain why. Like, I recently saw Hapson posted a video about SpecOps and whether or not he was playing it, and because of Invasion, he basically, threw the game mode aside. I'm going to specifically jump into addressing that point for you as a free-to-play player, play-to-play player, and not a whale, because Hapson, in my opinion, he could throw aside this game mode because of where he's currently at in the game in terms of being a well-level player. Some of the rewards in here might not necessarily be appealing to him as much as they probably would be appealing to you. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like time and effort versus I guess your current ranking and status. Let me explain what I mean by that. All right, so basically when you jump inside SpecOps, your rewards are pretty much, thrown out there right across the board. You're getting 300 squad rank XP, 50,000 gold. You're getting between 8 to 12 sin particles, which are used to craft materials at the workshop. And then you're also receiving a 1 to 3 star core box and the 1 to 3 star costume box, which can include, it rotates every day. So today it's Hydra, so it rotates between the Hydra Empire costume. So it has a very low drop rate for that Hydra Empire costume. And that's why somebody like, Hapson has the ability to probably be like, I really don't need this fucking mode, because the crafting shop in the game sucks ass. Like that. Let's just be real truthful about it. The crafting sucks, and the developers know, because like if you watch Chilling with Danny Koo and you did my reaction to it, you can see they didn't even want to address, questions about the crafting inside the game. So like, they didn't even want to address them. They like throw them aside. They didn't even want to talk about them. It was that bad, right? But basically, on a daily basis, you get that one reward account. Now, that doesn't limit you to the number of times that you can run it. You're only going to get these rewards once. You can run it multiple times, and it will take your best score of your runs inside there. So for instance, you can see like today is Hydra Escape. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Hydra Escape. It just reminds me of like playing, MMOs, and they have like the escort missions. I always hate those. But basically inside here for the Hydra Escape, you basically have to prevent civilians from being abducted. The timer is very quick. You get like a minute, and then you have to defeat Hydra soldiers in order to actually rescue them. These arcane convergiums, they do summon inside the game, and they turn the battle in your favor. Like the red ones give you an attack boost. The blue ones will regenerate your health by usually about like 50-60%, I think it is. And then the yellow ones will help out your ultimate gauge recovery, and they'll like spool that up. And basically you have this every day. So like for instance, every day it changes, which is kind of cool, because you can see like Monday is going to be Xandurf Defense, which means it's just going to be the single arena that you would fight like Cole in, for instance. Tuesday is Sakaar Survival. Wednesday we'll come back to Hydra Escape. Thursday we'll have Xandurf Defense, and then Friday Sakaar Survival, and then Saturday Hydra Escape, and then Sunday Hydra Escape. So the cool thing about this game mode is literally the planned rewards. And what I mean by that is that, like, I know if I was looking for a specific uniform piece from the regional gear pieces, that I should probably play on this specific day, because at least I have a chance at that item dropping from here. So like you can see right here, it's a Hydra Special Operations costume box. I have a chance of that item dropping from here. It's pretty cool, in my opinion. The sin part, the core boxes, like that shit could be removed. Like, let's be honest with you, this shit could be removed. Like, there's no reason for the core boxes to be inside here. That is a trash reward at this point. I haven't gone into a good, the bad, and ugly about this, but this is all ugly inside this game, the core system. And the squad rank XP is something that I feel like could be improved, and should be looked at, because we literally are playing Blitz level 105 at this point, and you're getting almost, double, triple, quadruple the amount of squad rank XP from that reward. And this is 10 minutes worth of play. Like they basically pared down, the time that it takes for Blitz, and they increase the squad rank rewards and the gold rewards, but they didn't do that here. So overall, I feel like this is one of those areas in the game where it's nice. The reward structure is nice, especially because of the costume box. And if the drop rates were any better than what they are, then it would be good. When you go inside here, for instance, right, like if I jump inside here, and you can see right now my weekly rank is sitting at like 143. I don't really go hard inside SpecOps, to be honest with you, but I do play the mode. And right now, where I would basically be ranking in terms of reward is 0 to 10%. I was actually higher than this. Maybe I'm lower than this right now because I haven't played it yet today. And you can see basically these boxes that you could collect from here, they also have the ability to drop, you know, costumes from the sets. So like the rewards from here are actually good. Like, look at these boxes that you get from SpecOps actually have the ability to drop regional costume sets. Like, for instance, if I was to go out inside my inventory and I was to go, let's see, I think I have to go to squad inventory, something like that. Let me, yeah, so like if I was to go inside my squad, I have to show you in my squad inventory because I have all my boxes stored because I've been stacking. Like, you know, I'm just straight up stacking on boxes inside it. But your normal boxes that you get right here, these have a 1 to 3 star costume that can be acquired, but there's no guarantee for you to get any of those costumes, like none, right? And these costumes right here are the ones that you get from SpecOps. These have the ability to actually drop costumes, right? I'm gonna actually retrieve these because we're gonna do this today. Matter of fact, I'll retrieve my dimension tokens and my comic cards as well, and we'll pop some of those at the end of this video. But so we'll do this up front. Actually, we'll do the 19 boxes and I'll pop those open right now inside here. Now the problem with this mode isn't the mode. The mode itself is fine in terms of the reward structure, but let's get into this. So now if I open up 19 boxes, let's see what we get from 19 boxes. I'm going to open up all 19 boxes. So here's the problem, right? So we've got Defenders, Blue Rebrace, Secret Wars, God of Magic. So out of that whole entire set of 19 rewards, right, we've literally gotten none. We haven't gotten any, not a single piece of regional gear. So that's where we run into the problem, right? Is that we're literally sitting at no gear rewards, basically looking for those. And that can be dismaying, right? Because basically that's just fodder. And the problem is in the crafting in the system, right? Because yeah, I just got 19 1 star and maybe like I get 17 1 stars and maybe like 2 or 3, you know, 2 stars. The problem is that we know that the reward the crafting structure in here is pretty daunting. So even seeing the 1 stars, it just doesn't appear. Like anytime we see a box in this game, we know that that game mode is probably realistically bored down to just, you know, it's gonna be what it is. Like meaning that I literally are gonna need like maybe like 10,000 pieces of gear in order to get to the point where I am feasibly going to open up something that's worthwhile to me. So while we're waiting for this, I'm going to jump in here and give you guys some of my other thoughts as I open up some of these tokens right here, right? So costume draw ticket. Let's see what we get. If we get anything inside here, I want the game mode to kind of go so that way I can tell you something, my feelings about that game mode. No Groot. So this is going to be a trash ass one. No Groot again, and no Groot again, and no Groot again, no Groot, and final stage, no Groot. So this is, oh, there we go, baby Groot appeared. So we might get a 4-star piece at this point. I think it is. Yeah, it'll probably end up being a 4-star piece, I think, in here. Oh shit, look at that, look at that, mother suckers. So we got a 4-star piece and it was Sakaar region set. That's not bad. I'm actually been looking for the Sakaar region set just because I really like the way it looks, but I really rather that Savage Shadowlands. All right, so let's talk about SpecOps, right? So on the surface of the game mode, it's not bad. What they ask you to do in terms of facilitating the gameplay, it's not a bad game mode. It really isn't. The problem was that when they first initially released the SpecOps mode, you had a bit of a problem where players were able to game the system. You know, it was a real easy way for players to just let one player do all the damage while the other players went in and did nothing, and then it would artificially basically increase the gear score, which, you know, on itself, that wasn't the intent of the game mode. It's supposed to be a team battle game mode, right? But here goes the problem that I have with the game mode, right? Is that its directives inside of it alone kind of is what makes it feel I don't know, the mode feels cheap in a way. And let me explain what I mean by that. You basically feel like you're playing in the normal game state world without necessarily feeling like this mode is also different. And what do I mean by that? So let me give my take on what I thought would have been a more beneficial use of the team dynamic and trying to instill team building experience inside here with players in the community and stuff like that, right? Is had the mode maybe been a wave mode, right? So like right now, especially when you play on days like Sakar, for instance, Sakar and Xander, they really just feel like they're pretty much just game modes where you're like, hey, I jumped inside that game mode and it's just arena. It's the same thing as the raid. It's not very much different from that. Why did he just fly right past those two guys? And that's even weird. The tracking on collecting the players is just weird, right? But so let's talk about this, right? So what do I mean by I thought the game would have been more beneficial had it been within the structure of raid? So let's say we got Hydra, right? There's a number of most wanted targets inside the Hydra mode. There is a number of prime targets inside the Hydra mode. I felt like SpecOps could have benefited more had it been a wave mode of playing within those areas and building up like the ads from those areas while also building up, you know, distinct battles for those specific bosses in those areas. So maybe you had it was like, you know, maybe 1 to 20 levels, or depending on whatever how many, you know, characters and ads featured inside those areas, that you could have legitimately just said, hey, you know what, I'm gonna play this game mode. I'm gonna get 4 friends together, and the thing that's gonna make it more fun to me is that we actually have to coordinate. We actually have to discuss. Oh no, I'm gonna miss my Rocket Raccoon. Fucking Doctor Strange flying. So so what I mean by that, right, is that I thought that would have been a better game mode. How are we missing out on all these characters? Like they were in the beginning too. Like the pickup on these characters is terrible. Like when the game like actually looks to see those, it's just terrible. Now, one thing that I really like about SpecOps, like let's talk about that, right, is this concept of dropping the red, blue, and yellow thing, the yellow crystals that you have to collect in order for your character to basically essentially, you know, get stronger inside the mode. The problem with it, however, is like, again, the tracking of the pickups, right? Like, you know, it's bad. I don't know where my mouse is at. It's bad. The tracking is bad for the players. It's bad for those pickups. It's just terrible. Like it really is. Like, I mean, it's terrible. Like you almost literally got to touch every single target like inside here. And the same thing could happen when you're trying to pick up those crystals. Like I'm pretty sure most of you guys have had instances where you like try to you targeted one of the crystals, you did the breaking and damage on, then somebody else came and swooped in and they got the reward, the crystal boost, rather you. It's just weird overall. But damn. Okay, I might have to actually play this damn mode. That's weird. So somebody broke that crystal. I just ganked that shit. So like what I mean by that is like I think that it would have been more rewarding if we would, instead of having like these events where we collect players, that it would have been a staggered tier system where you literally just wave mode the game. So like if you've ever played Gears of War, for instance, right, one of the most popular modes inside that game was literally horde mode. You know, like it was just fun to play. You would literally jump inside there with a bunch of players, a team of guys, and you would literally just go in there and just waylay waste to everything, and the higher you got, the better rewards basically got. And I feel like that would have been the better structure in terms of this mode, you know, like give us ascending levels and reason for it not to just be limited to 10 minutes, because I think this could have been a game mode piece that everybody would in. Right now, the way the mode feels, because you're playing like these pieces, especially when you have Hydra Empire days and stuff like that, is that the game mode just like, I don't want to go around having to collect people. Like I don't care about rescuing civilians. I don't care about escorting civilians. Like those modes just don't feel right. Like the days when we're playing Sakar and Xander, I feel like they're really good. You know, like they feel, you know, like the the fun factor is there. It feels right. The problem is like I said, which is the problem in general in this game, is the rewards. You know, like this mode doesn't have bad rewards. So however it is, you're gonna jump in and play this mode every day, but we want to feel like the reward scheme is better. So like here we are, I got 10 sin particles, right? And then I roll over here and I got a blue cloak. No problem. You know, it's not bad if, you know, you play this mode, you know, 5 days out of the week, but you're playing 5 days out of the week and you're only getting 1,500, or 7 days out of the week, excuse me, sorry about that, I'm so bad at math, 7 days out of the week, and you're getting 2,100, you know, squad rank XP. Well, guess what, I get more than that in blitz, so I'm going to dedicate more time to blitz. The reward of sin particles, when I know that when I go over and I craft all those boxes inside there, because you can, I've done it videos for you guys before where I've crafted 100 of those costume boxes and gotten nothing out of those. So like, this isn't enough of a reward for you to feel incentivized to play this game mode. So if you're a person like Halfsin or one of the top players in the game, yeah, this is going to be one of those modes where you're like, yeah, it's easy for me to let go of that mode because I already got 6-star, you know, gear pieces. I already got, you know, the top rank. Like, why do I need to play SpecOps? You know, like the end rewards aren't even going to be generated that great for me if I know that the drop rate tier is low. But as a play-to-play player where I am not at the end, so you can see my weekly rank is at 74 now, so I'll probably most likely stay within that area for this. And like I said, I'm not really in here trying to get up any higher than what the hell I am. My rank is what the hell it is. I know that there's players out there who do far more damage than I do. Like you can see Ultra Nerd Reality Shape Rose up there, and I think this is indicative of a lot of players. I actually want to show you guys my overall ranking inside the game as well for a specific reason, basically because one of the commentary on the previous video. But you can see my ranking over across the board for here. And now, like for instance, Dark Zone, I'm in the top 50. Dimension Duels, I'm at 108, and I'm somewhere in Diamond League right now. Omega War, I'm at rank 132. Battle Challenge, I'm sitting, you know, in the mid tier again at like 58. And then you can see SpecOps, I'm sitting, you know, just in the top 100. Now, my move to top 100 inside here, to me, hasn't been indicative of my play improving, because it's the same play that I've pretty much had week to week, especially if you're watching any of my weekly reward videos. What I've actually given inside here is just that I think the number of players on the channels have decreased. It is what it is. It is what it is. So what do you guys think about SpecOps? Do you feel that there's ways they can improve besides the rewards? Are there game modes that you would like to see? Because we do get unique play across 7 days. It is one of those modes that I feel like is there and available for players in general to play. Let's pop this last reward before we cut the video out. I almost forgot about this. We did get this 2 to 4 star Mad Titan box today, and I'm definitely claiming that bastard and seeing what's inside of it. I do have all of the reward rankings that I need for Space Boots. I do have all the reward rankings that I need now for in terms of seals to complete that. I don't know if I'll play any more Epic Invasion after this point. I don't really see a need to, but I'll do another video about that. So what do you guys think about SpecOps? If the crafting system were better, I think this would be the most rewarding system inside the game. Unfortunately, we're not at that point yet.